I was kind of looking up some things and like how to get rid of stuff. And I went to a shop, like a spiritual shop, and I was just browsing. And the lady that didn't even work at the shop came up to me, put her hand on my shoulder and said, "I don't want to alarm you, but you've got a low vibrational spiritual entity attached to you."
Hello. How very nice of you to come and join me for yet another episode of Your Ghost Stories. Hope you're having a delightful week. Myself, this week, I've been doing some research around the most popular ghost stories of Bury St Edmunds, which is reported to be one of the most haunted towns in all of England. They do have some really cool ghost stories there. I've posted 3 so far up on TikTok and Instagram, so if you want to hear those stories and see the locations for yourself, head over to socials where you can find us everywhere at Your Ghost Stories Podcast. What else have you been up to this week, Jamie? I can hear you ask. Well, every evening lately, my partner Sammy, who, let me just say, hates anything to do with horror or being scared, keeps asking me if we can watch ghost investigation programs together. So that has been a success. Definitely beats watching the stuff she normally likes watching. And also this week, more importantly, I'm about to bring a couple of guys, Lewis and Ash, on board and into the Your Ghost Stories crew. And over the next few months, we'll be conducting some investigations at haunted spots around the UK. And we will be posting these over on the Your Ghost Stories YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, come and be a part of the 220 strong army over there who are ready and waiting for these videos. It should be hilarious considering I am an absolute wimp when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Your Ghost Story. Your Ghost Story.
Moving on to today's episode, I've got something a little bit different for you. So this is Jordan. She's a marketing and communications manager from West Yorkshire, and this is something that happened to her a few years back.
This makes me sound delulu, fully aware. I'm laughing at myself before you laugh at me. 2 years ago, I thought I was being followed by a goblin. So I'll get into it, but it started when I had an overnight spa trip at this old mill of a spa up north. And I got up around 5 a.m, and I was sleeping in the lounge on a sofa bed, and next to me was another sofa bed with somebody else sleeping on it. I got up about 5:45. I was like, I want to go and have a swim. I don't really sleep well in my own bed. I got up, like snuck really quietly outside. It was not open. Came back and just kind of sat scrolling on my phone. It was like a week before Halloween. I remember having Halloween nails on at the time, and the room was dark, but the sun was just coming up a little bit by the time I got back. And I was sat like on the sofa, kind of like laying down on the sofa, scrolling on my phone. So it was pretty like dark in the room, but well, not completely blank. So my arm's like this, and I'm feeling like a tickle. So I presume it's my hair. I move my hair out of the way. I feel it again. I feel it a third time, and I thought, oh my god, it's a spider. Worst thing ever. Quickly shot up. Now I'm laying down, and I've sat up thinking there's a spider there. When I've turned around, I see this.
Jordan then reenacts what seems to be something or someone's head creeping up from behind the sofa as she peers around her right shoulder. Telling herself she's probably just seeing things in the corner of her eyes, Jordan begins to relax and sits back into the sofa. It's at this point she realizes whoever or whatever this thing wasn't a figment of her imagination, as she heard what sounded and felt like something was coming even closer.
And all I see are just some janky, horrible teeth, like straw-like hair, like it looked like Gollum. This thing looked like Gollum. So I screamed really loud and went, "What is that?" Woke up the person next to me, woke up the people in the other room. They came in and were like, what is it? And I quickly dumbed it down, like, oh my God, I was having a bad dream. You don't want to sound like an idiot that's just woken everyone up from a relaxing spa day, thinking that he's been haunted by a goblin. So played it off. It was like the talk of the week. And I said to my partner, and I was just like, really did see something, And I like believing in spooky stuff. I love listening to it on podcasts, but seeing it in person turns your stomach. Not nice. My partner is complete non-believer, skeptic of everything. He's just like, you probably went back to sleep, you probably did that, but I'd gotten up, I was awake, I was scrolling on my phone. I was awake when I saw this. But it doesn't stop there. I kept on having a feeling that something was around me in my peripheral vision all the time. I kept on feeling like things were running past me, things would move, things would knock over, and every time it happened, my heart would drop, and I'd just feel like all the time my dog would growl all the time. The second time I saw something was routine just before bed. My dog goes out for a wee. It's probably about 3 weeks since I saw this thing, and at the bottom of the garden, and my dog's going mad at the fence, and she's growling, barking at the fence, and I thought it was a fox, calling her away, until I started hearing little rocks falling on the floor. Quickly realised that these are peanuts falling on the floor, and I see this tiny baby arm just reaching over the fence and chucking these peanuts at us. So my dog's going mental, and I was like, get inside now. I shut the door. It wasn't a squirrel. Squirrels can't reach over fences like that. It was the size of a baby's arm. If someone was over there playing tricks on me, they were doing that, but it terrified me. There was also a time when I was working on my desk upstairs, and I've been thinking I'm seeing things run around me constantly, and the door goes. So I get up, I go downstairs, I come back up, all of my plugs are unplugged from the computer. It was just me and my dog in the house. So that's my dog has grown appendages and wants me to sign off work. I don't know what caused it. Now this is the weird thing that kind of solidified, because at the time I was thinking I was going to be crazy. I was kind of looking up some things on how to get rid of stuff. And I went to a shop, a spiritual shop, and I was just browsing. And the lady that didn't even work at the shop came up to me, put her hand on my shoulder, and said, I don't want to alarm you, but you've got a low vibrational spiritual entity attached to you. She said, you get a white candle, doesn't need to be one from the shop, even a tea light that you've already got. Get a white candle, light it, open your windows, open your doors, sit there and tell this thing to leave. She goes, and don't talk about it again. So I felt a bit daft doing that, sat in the room, sat down. I was saying you need to leave, you're not welcome. And I had to open the window for it to leave. And as I was doing that, my head kind of tipped back naturally, and my jaw opened. And I breathed out, and I felt such a relief after doing that. and nothing weird happened again until right now. It sounds like people are above me.
Your ghost stories. Your ghost stories.
Oh, damn. Jordan, how horrible. Whatever is happening, I do not envy you. That sounds so freaky. Not sure if you guys caught what Jordan said at the end of the audio there, but during the recording, speaking about this gobbling, golem-looking creature, she could hear faint voices and noises like somebody was upstairs. I mean, Jordan, that lady did say, don't speak of it again. Thanks so much for sharing that with us here at Your Ghost Stories, and thanks to everyone that's tuned in. I've been your host, Jamie, and I will catch you next week for another episode. Sleep tight.